What's going on, everybody? We're going to get ready to get started in just a moment. See a few people are in. I'm going to make sure I share this show out to everybody. We're going to get started. We're going to recap this good 19 to 10 Titans victory over the Indianapolis Colts. And we're also, of course, got some news about some things going on with the new stadium that just came out today as well. And of course, the Tennessee Titans made a signing. Well, made two signings actually um, that we'll definitely discuss. So we're definitely going to talk about that. We're definitely going to talk about this game and some of the good, the bad, and the god awful that happened. And also, we're definitely going to slowly start to kind of move towards preparing for the Houston Texans. So make sure y'all share the show out, and we're gonna get ready to get started in 60 seconds. Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody doing? What's going on, Titan Nation? How's everybody doing? Welcome in to TNT Postgame. Glad everybody could be with us on this evening. Definitely make sure y'all share this show out as the Titans, of course, are victorious and they go to 4-2 on the year and coming off of a bye. Mike Vrabel, of course, is undefeated coming off of a bye, having 8 or more days of rest. And so that is definitely huge. We get the season sweep of the Colts for the second straight year. We won 5 in a row against them. So we're definitely going to talk about that. We're definitely going to talk about the good, the bad, and the awful from this game. As I was live there, so that's why I did not do a live stream because I was actually at the game. So definitely definitely glad that I was able to be there live to witness this, and it was definitely a good hard fought game and everything. Great to have the legends back in Nashville for this game and for Titans homecoming. Of course, I was able. I was definitely seeing Eddie George. I kind of got shunned by Commissioner Roger Goodell, who was also in attendance for this. I was trying to possibly get a selfie with him, but he kind of shunned me a little bit, so I don't exactly like that. So, I mean, that could be a Dunce of the Day nominee for shunning me the way that he did, but I blame the brain, not the heart, I guess, when it comes to that. So, definitely glad that I was there for that. Saw, of course, guys like Eddie George, Warren Moon, CJ, Chris Johnson. Got a selfie with Lindell White, the other half of Smash and Dash. Got a selfie with a Oilers legend, wide receiver Carl Roaches, who I have to admit, I'm kind of ashamed I didn't know who he was exactly. But I mean, that's Oiler history that I still have to, get a little bit better on with that. That was probably before my time. I mean, he was definitely doing this thing before I was even, when I was a little boy. So, you know, that is something that I'm willing to confess that I didn't know. So definitely was a little ashamed about that, but still got to see some of the legends up close. Guys like Blaine Bishop and Dr. Kevin Dyson and Jason McCourty were there. Javon Curse was there. A lot of the legends were there for this game and got to witness a victory. We didn't have any crazy, omens like we did in the past. So we didn't have that. So definitely was glad that definitely happened. So Derek, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I had to get chopped up this past weekend. I had to look decent. So I was definitely glad I was able to do that because my head looked a mess, without a doubt. Looked a big mess. So thank you very much for the super chat. But we're going to get ready to we're getting going here on TNT tonight. On TNT postgame as the Titans defeated the Indianapolis Colts 19-10. They go to 4-2 on the year. Make sure y'all smash that like button. If you're anybody that's watching this show, smash that like button. Share this show out, whether it be on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Make sure you follow those pages as well. And smash that like button. Everybody in here, please do that for me because you are helping me out and helping me so that we can keep this show going. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, definitely subscribe and hit that bell so that you know when new episodes are coming. Of course, a Truth League Report is going to be coming tonight as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. And I just got over 1,200 subscribers. Definitely trying to go for 1,300. So I'm just trying to keep going. So anybody that has not been a part of this show, I suggest you get a part of it and go ahead and join this great channel. So that way you will be up to date on everything that is going on with the channel and with the Tennessee Titans. So if you haven't caught up with the show, where have you been? You need to come on and catch up with us. So definitely do that. But let's get into this game. And also, of course, this show will end up being out on all podcast outlets: Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So definitely check that out as well. But the Titans, of course, get the big win, 19-10. They go on to 4-2 on the year. They have a very firm grip on the AFC South right now, as of course everybody else in the AFC South lost yesterday. Of course, we beat the Colts, obviously. We definitely the Jags lost to the Jets. I mean, not the Jets, the Giants down in Jacksonville. And of course, the Houston Texans fall to the Las Vegas Raiders. So the Tennessee Titans were the only team that got victory on Sunday. And so they, of course, are 4-2. The Indianapolis Colts, of course, are down to 3-1. And they are, of course, they are only 1-3-1 in the division. And then, of course, the Jags are 2-5. They've split with the Colts. They've definitely split with the Colts as well. And then, of course, the Texans are 1-4-1. So the Titans, of course, the only team over 500 in this division. So, I mean, this could definitely open things up for the Titans to really just take off and own this division. I thought this was a heck of a game by Derrick Henry. Gutsy performance by Ryan Tannehill and Ben Jones, who, dealt with injuries. Jeff Simmons dealt with injuries. The defense was absolutely lights out. The defense was phenomenal. They did great, and there's the score right there for you. I see we have almost 18 to 20 people in here, so make sure y'all keep this sharing it out. I'm working on doing the same thing. We are also, of course, live on Twitter as well. So definitely trying to spread the word. So if y'all can, definitely help me out with that so that we can spread the word to everybody and everybody can come on in and be a part of this show. So get to some of y'all comments and we're gonna keep going. Steven says, tighten up everybody. Titan Fox says, forward to getting players back. We are definitely getting some players back. There is some questions on injury. And then also, definitely got Jameson in here. And obviously I've won a bet with a certain somebody, and I won a bet with a certain somebody, Mr. Kent Woods, and who is our resident Titans hater. We made a bet, and of course, he has to, of course, come on and admit his love that the Tennessee Titans are great, and that he loves the Tennessee Titans again. Of course, I got to torture him with this, but Kent, you know what? We're not going to do that today. We're going to let this drag out one day further. I'm going to let you keep living the nightmare just one night longer, because when we do this tomorrow night, when we do this tomorrow for the show as we preview the Houston Texans, I want you to be as sincere and as truthful and as fired up as possible as I am. I figured I needed to tease that. So everybody tune in, as of course I will give a call to Kent Woods, maybe get him on the show, maybe get him on either face-to-face or by phone, and he has to just finish off his part of the bet. I got to squirm this out just a little bit more, and I know Kent's gonna hate me for it. got to have some fun with this. So Jameson says, we took them nags straight to the glue factory. Yeah, we beat them. Alex Mans, what's going on? Tighten up from Miss Mims. Jameson says, King Henry showed everybody he is still the king that he is. Again, Derek, thank you for the super chat. Titan Fox says, didn't know we signed Andrew Adams, but dang, he showed up. Well, he's been on the team for a few weeks now, and yeah, he definitely showed up. And everything. Clay saying tighten up. We swept the Colts again from Pig Wiggle. Derek's asking about Tannehill. We're definitely going to keep going with that, but we're definitely going to get everything going. 615 podcast is in here. Definitely what's up with you, AZ Mick. Yeah, definitely fired up. So I am having fun. Cutter 05 saying who's going to be the starting quarterback. We're going to definitely find out. We are definitely going to find out. And Jameson going off on Kent saying, well, you made your own bed. Now you got to lie in it. So yeah, gotta have a little fun with Kent. Gotta have a little fun with him and everything. So, I'm gonna drag it out. I'm gonna drag it out for him for just a bit. So got to have a little fun with Ken. But he's a friend. He's definitely a friend of the show, even though he is a legit Titans hater. But gotta. I gotta give it to him. I mean, hey, he's saying he doesn't care for the Titan no more. He's sticking to his guns, and I give him respect for that. He's not a fair weather. He's decided to leave us and betray us. And so I understand, but you know what? When we take care of business, you got to pay the piper. So that's exactly what he's going to be doing. And we're going to take care of that tomorrow night. So we're definitely going to have some fun when it comes to that. Again, I'm making sure I share this show out to everybody as well. So if y'all do the same thing, y'all definitely are helping me out. So again, we have some stats underneath, of course, as we talk about this victory. Derrick Henry had a great day, 30 carries, 128 yards on the day, and definitely carried this team to victory. Was just absolutely fantastic of a performance by Derrick Henry. I mean, the King has proven he is the best. He is the king. Put that crown on that man's head, and there is no other. There is no denying. There is no equal. Bend the knee to the king. Bend the knee to the king. So that's what I would say about that. And of course, the other so-called best running back in the league has been shut down. Jonathan Taylor, 10 carries, just 58 yards on the day. That's it. And so you think about this. In 2 games, Jonathan Taylor against the Titans, who has never had a 100-yard game against the Titans, has only amassed 100 yards in 2 games. 100 yards in 2 games against the Tennessee Titans this year. Derrick Henry, on the other hand, 242 yards rushing against the Colts. So that's definitely saying something. Derrick Henry, my God, put on a hell of a performance. And it was just awesome. It was fun. It was just gutsy. It was a king-like performance. The offensive line wasn't always great, but they definitely got the job done. Ben Jones, who got hurt early, ended up finishing the game and was a big part of this day. And that was basically what was happening with the offense, although, we are going to talk about some bad with a certain somebody who was just, who nearly cost us this game with stupid decisions by him, and we'll definitely talk about that. But that's really all I got to say as far as the offense is concerning. Y'all forgive me if I'm looking down. I am just trying to make sure I share the show out to everybody so that everybody can come in and enjoy themselves. So that's what I'm doing right now. But the defense was lights out. They were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. The big 3 did what they had to do. Big Jeff, Bud Dupree, and Danico Autry each had sacks. And, we had a couple of turnovers, and we're definitely going to talk about those in just a minute. And so, we're definitely going to have quite a bit of fun when it comes to that. But we did have some issues, of course, with injury. So that is something that we do have to be a little bit concerned about. But, definitely glad, that the defense came up when they did. So great job by the defense. Great job by everybody. And we took care of business, and we are 4-2. Alex Mann says, can someone tell me what it means when a team is 500? What that means, Alex, is when a team is 500, they are 500 is basically the same amount of wins, same amount of losses. So if a team has 1 victory and 1 loss, that's 500. If you're below 500 is if you have less wins than you do losses. So if a team is 3-4, they are under 500. Means 3 wins, 4 losses. If you are 4-4, 4 wins, 4 losses, you're in the middle. So you're at 500. If you are 5-4, you're above 500. That's basically 50% win-win. Of course, Titan Fox says Ben Jones was the MVP. Yeah, Ben Jones definitely deserves some love. Definitely. Ms. Viv says they stopped Taylor's tail and sent Matt Ryan to the bench. Yes, that is definitely true as well. And we're definitely going to talk about that as that news broke out as well about the benching of Matt Ryan to go with a new quarterback. So, that was again another very interesting turn of events as well. So I was definitely not expecting that either. But let's get into this. So let's talk about the good, the bad, and the god awful. And there are plenty of everything that we could definitely talk about as far as that. So let's start off. There's a lot of good. There was definitely some bad. There was definitely some awful that we're going to get into. And let's see. Give me just a moment. But let's start with the good. And that is, of course, the king, Derrick Henry, doing what he does best. He definitely, willed this team to victory with his great game, with over 128 yards rushing, and we needed every last one of those yards. We needed every last one of them to take care of business. We had to have it. We had to have this game, and the Titans got it done. So the king showed why he is on the throne. He showed why he is the best, why he is number one in this NFL. And did it in front of three other running backs who were very good for the Tennessee Titans in Eddie George, Chris Johnson, and Lindell White. That was a beautiful performance. But, there were a couple of runs that Derrick Henry could have broken and took to the house. I know there's some people that would have said, well, normally if he wasn't hurt like last year, he would have took that to the house. Not necessarily sure on that one, but I mean, I think the house calls are definitely on the way. The house calls are coming, I think, in my mind. I think Derrick Henry is fully back to being himself. The Nashville nasty pass rush. The nasty pass rush. And that's exactly what it was. It was nasty. They got after Matt Ryan. I believe they hit him 10 times, 3 sacks on the day. And I mean, the pressure definitely got to Matt Ryan. Bud Dupree was fantastic. Of course, one of his rushes caused the interception that we're going to definitely get into. But this pass rush is phenomenal. And they're doing this without Harold Landry, which is even more impressive. Doing this without Landry, I mean, wow. You know, I you know, I just it is incredible that is happening. I mean, we have a lot of we have 3 or 4 guys that have at least 4 sacks on this team. So for example, and I'm actually pulling up the stats. I know that Rashard Weaver has 4. We know that Danico Autry has 4. Um, let's see. Actually, Big Jeff has 4.5. Danico Autry has 5. Weaver has 4. Bud Dupree has 2. So we have 16 sacks total right now. That's 16 sacks in 6 games. Which there were one year where we had 19 sacks in 16 games. We have 16 sacks in 6 games. So, Danico Autry leads the team in sacks, but Jeff is not far behind. And then Bud Dupree at 2, I think he's definitely coming. So, I mean, the pass rush was getting after it. We had an Austin Hooper sighting, which was incredible. We had that sighting, and boy, did we need every last one of his catches. We needed all of them to do what had to be done in this game. So Austin Hooper, I mean, you know, Austin Hooper came up with 3 big catches, had one where it was called a sideline. I believe it was like a 3rd and like 7. He caught it, went upfield, kind of did a stop step to make a guy miss, and he got the first down. Caught another one that I thought was a difficult catch, and then had the bobbling one that was a catch that Frank Wright tried to challenge, but it got but it was but the call stood. And as we saw the replay on the screen, I was like, that is a catch. That is a catch if I ever saw one. All of it came right. He, bobbled it to himself. It never hit the ground. I'm glad Austin Hooper was involved. I hope this is something for things to come, and I hope they continue to get him involved. I definitely hope it gets him involved. And as Terrence Young said, it took too long to throw to him. I agree. It's about time that they got Austin Hooper involved. And I hope this leads to him being more involved, because this, other than that and Derrick Henry, this offense was absolutely anemic. It was non-existent in the passing game, and there's help that's needed. And last but not least, Andrew Adams. Man, did he have a ball game. He had a great ball game. 10 tackles. I mean, he made some big tackles in the open field. A couple on Jonathan Taylor, especially one I was impressed with. There was a swing pass out to Taylor, and Andrew Adams was right there and wrapped him up good. And then, of course, had the 76-yard pick six, the only touchdown the Titans would score in this game. And so, I mean, Bud Dupree was big on the pressure. And, as Vrabel really said about him, with Andrew Adams, he is smart. And Andrew Adams played a smart football game all day long. And, I also got to give some credit. To David Long, who's had back-to-back interceptions in this game. He had 8 tackles in this game as well. Amani Hooker had 10 tackles on his way in his first game back. So Andrew Adams was incredible. Terrence Mitchell, even though I have dogged him through the mud, came up with the big fumble, punched that ball out of Michael Pittman's hands, and that essentially ended the ball game. So definitely was very much impressed with it. Again, James says Hooper needs to be more involved. We also need to include Chig. He's saying Jig, but I'm thinking he means Chig Okonkwo. So I would definitely like that very much. I mean, Bullock had 4 field goals, so I can't really, forget about that as well. But the bad were the injuries. Injuries to key guys. Guys like Tannehill, Big Jeff, and Ben Jones. But all 3 finished the game. And I know there are some people wondering, is Tannehill going to play this weekend? We're definitely going to find out. He was in a walking boot, at the press conference on Sunday. So he was in a boot. And so, that did give me pause for concern. But at the same time, Vrabel, of course, in the press conference yesterday, was saying that that Tannehill is progressing. Definitely, of course, he was going to be a bit sore, but, he's definitely progressing, and that, we'll definitely see if he's going to be able to play. Of course, he has started, I wanted to say, 49 straight games as Titans quarterback. So, he's been durable his entire career. Hopefully he makes it 50 in this upcoming game. So we're definitely going to find out what happens with that. And so we do have some news that has definitely come. Receiving core, but Tannehill being a walking boot, is definitely a bit of a concern. Big Jeff finished up the game. He came back in. Looks like he's probably going to be fine. Doesn't seem to be nothing. I haven't heard anything as far as he's concerned. Ben Jones, same thing. I definitely loved. If y'all go on Twitter or go on Titans.com, definitely check out the video where Vrabel was in the tunnel and Ben Jones came and he gave Ben Jones a big hug and everything. Ben Jones is a true Titan. He is a true Titan. He is definitely he was definitely what we needed on this offensive line. He is a leader and he is a man. So shout out to Ben Jones, but it does look like everybody should end up being okay. We're definitely going to find out more this week. So we'll definitely see what happens with that. I would expect Malik Willis to get a couple of practice reps this week and everything. So I would definitely expect that because he may have to go. And the thing is, this Houston Texans team we're about to play is terrible against the run. So we may have to lean definitely on the run game. But then there is the god-awful, and that is the non-existent pass offense. And Todd Drowning sucks. I was listening to Stillman and Company on my way back from Nashville, and he has basically concluded, he said, Todd Downing sucks. He sucks. I'm done with him. He has come to the light. He has come to the light, even though he's been kind of leaning that way for quite some time. But it's basically there. So I I just think, dag. I'm like, dag. This offense was horrible. Besides what Derrick Henry did, and besides what Austin Hooper was able to do, it was bad. It was really, really bad by this offensive line. Dennis Daly was absolutely horrific. Again, I do not know why they continue to go to him. I have no understanding why they just keep going with Dennis Daly. They had an entire off week to, got an entire off week to make some changes, and they decide, well, we got, Dennis Daly, Dennis Daly is, they believe in him. I don't know why. I think Dylan Radunz should get some look at should definitely get some look at left tackle. They need to give LaRaven Clark some look. They really need to get Dennis Daly off of this team. Dennis Daly absolutely sucks. Absolutely sucks. It is terrible. It is absolutely terrible. I don't know why Dennis Daly is still on this football team. I really don't. I don't know why he is still on this football team. I don't know why he's starting. Because he is terrible. With Nicholas Petit-Frere, I know he's had his struggles, but at least with Nicholas Petit-Frere, there is a silver lining. He's actually he's getting better. Dylan Radunz doesn't look awful as a guard, but I do think at tackle, he should get a look. He can't be any worse. I'm actually looking at a couple of plays now, And I mean, there was a particular play Mike Herndon of Music City Miracles put it up. They were running a zone left. Everybody else was running zone left. Dennis Daly was like going upfield or going right, like he didn't know where the hell he was going. And so this offense is just god awful. It's pathetic how this offense looks. We have no downfield threats. We have no weapons. They won't throw to Robert Woods much. He only had 3 catches, 26 yards, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 3 catches, 26 yards. He has 20 catches for 230 on the year. That's it. Austin Hooper, they finally decided to throw the ball to him, which I'm hoping they do that more, but I am not sure because Todd Drowning is calling the plays and he has no feel for the game. I think everybody has said that. He has no feel of the game. He does not know anything at all of what he's doing. It is terrible. And I know there's a lot of people saying, well, the offensive line isn't great. Here's the thing about that. Like, for example, Herman Burns saying Titans have Tannehill has no time in the pocket to go downfield. He's taking hit after hit. And I mean, that's true. But isn't that Downing's job to kind of figure, okay, if my offensive line is not good, how can I hide that deficiency and still get the ball downfield? Maybe move the pocket a little bit. You don't have Tannehill roll out. You move the pocket, and then Tannehill can launch it. Because I said this on Stillman and Company. I called in while I was driving, and I thought to myself, a good offensive coordinator knows how to hide deficiencies. A good offensive coordinator knows how to hide deficiencies. He knows, okay, my left tackle stinks. Can't hold up against the rush. I don't know. Maybe I need to roll away from him and make that defensive lineman chase. Nicholas Petit-Ferrer should hold up, and then also maybe add a tight end to kind of chip a little and then have him go out for a pass. I don't know. Maybe use a little bit of the K gun like the Colts do. Have Tannehill in shotgun, get the ball out quick. I don't know. I'm just saying a good offensive coordinator knows how to hide the issues, and it doesn't become blatant. Maybe that's what Frank Reich was doing for a long time with the Colts, because everybody kept saying the Colts had a great offensive line. No, probably because Frank Reich was good at shielding the problems, the deficiencies. And I think, and I see a couple of comments. I see a couple of comments and see Crosio is absolutely right. And Mark Jones, Crosio is right. J-Rob is in denial. And I said this too. And you know what? Mark Jones saying, well, 4 wins in a row, no easy task. And I agree. Offense is effective. Titan style isn't pass, it's run. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And see, Mark, I got love for you, but you two are just like Vrabel, Todd Drowning, and J-Rob. Plausible deniability is a big problem within this organization. Y'all are in denial. And anybody who, of course, you're like Vrabel, Mark Jones, I still love you. Don't get me wrong. But again, like some, of course, Vrabel, like some of y'all who are delusional, who are in denial and won't see the big picture, y'all are going to use the excuse of, but we're winning. Why are you complaining about the offense? We're winning. We've won 4 in a row. Why are you complaining? Did you watch the passing offense out there? They don't throw to anybody. They are dependent solely on Derrick Henry. But when they do throw, look, who do they tend to throw to? They try to throw to Cody Hollister and Jeff Swain, and even though he's kind of grown in this offense, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine. They try to get those guys involved, but they will not get Austin Hooper or Robert Woods the ball. That is coaching malpractice. And if you're going to keep saying, you're going to use that cliche of, we're winning, you are in denial. And of course, J-Rob and Vrabel will use that excuse of, we're winning. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Something is broken in this offense. Todd Downing is a big part of it, but it is also talent. You have no outside weapon that strikes fear in the defense. Everybody's going to think, just crowd the box, try to stop Derrick Henry. If somebody else outside beats us, then you know what? Praise to them. They're going to try to stop Derrick Henry first because there's nobody on the outside that takes that extra guy out of the box. The guy that would put fear in defenses is in an Eagles jersey right now. So this whole thing of the Titans offense is effective is wrong. It is not. It is Derrick Henry effective, but there's still a lot of problems on this team. Because the fact of the matter is this. They need more weapons, and they need help on the offensive line. And as I said on that show, and I'm going to tell y'all now, the trade deadline is on its way. The Titans should make a move, but they won't. We know they're not. And you know why? Again, the same excuse. They're going to think nothing's broken. We're winning. We're doing fine. We don't need no extra outside help. And that could end up being their downfall. Because, yeah, the Titans have been leaning on their defense and leaning on Derrick Henry, and the rest of the offense has just been getting by. You can get by against the Colts twice, or the Commanders, or the Raiders, who are offensively way better than they showed in that game. But after this Texan game, 4 of the next 5 games are against winning teams with big-time offenses. After Houston, you got Kansas City on the road on Sunday night. And this offense will not keep up with Kansas City. Did some of y'all watch a little bit of that Kansas City 49er game? The Tennessee Titans have only scored, I want to say, 17 points in the second half in 6 games. The Kansas City Chiefs scored 16 points in the fourth quarter alone against the 49ers. They scored 30 points in the second half. The Titans can't seem to score in the second half. We scored our first points of the fourth quarter this season on a field goal. And we're supposed to be able to go shot for shot with Patrick Mahomes, who could put up 30, 35 plus in his sleep? Let's be real, y'all. Then, of course, you also got, you also will have, the Denver Broncos, depending if they have Russell Wilson back or not, I don't know. Denver is not very good, but Russell Wilson, despite what's going on with him, is still very good. Then you got Green Bay. Even though they're struggling, they still got Aaron Rodgers at Lambeau. And then you got the Cincinnati Bengals, who lit up Atlanta yesterday. Jamar Chase is ripping people apart. And we're supposed to go shot for shot, even though we did well against Joe Burrow in the playoff game defensively. The defense will be able to hold up, but this offense, the passing offense, could break the defenses back by themselves. The Tennessee Titan defense is bad enough that they got to play against another team's offense, but they're also kind of playing against their own offense because we have no threats. If you stop Derrick Henry, you stop us. And then you got the Eagles too, who are undefeated. So we got a lot of good teams coming up. And if this offense does not add some pieces, they're not going to be able to do much. Now, I know there are going to be a lot of people out here that's going to talk about, but we signed Eric Smith to the practice squad and we signed Chris Conley. These are great moves. J-Rob is going to try to sell us that this is the big moves that they needed to make instead of trading. And the fact of the matter is, I'm not buying it. This ain't no Chris Conley. Yeah, he might be a decent receiver. He would be a nice number 3 or number 4. But the fact of the matter is this. Is Chris Conley going to scare you? Is Chris Conley like, oh my God, we got to make sure we cover that guy? No. This move, and Eric Smith to the practice squad, doesn't move the needle. It does not move the needle at all. And I'm like, okay, what other move should they make? But the fact of the matter is, they won't make a move. I don't see it happening. And it's not that they shouldn't make a move. I think they should. Chase Claypool could be had. Denzel Mims could be had. Jerry Jeudy, 7 catches, 96 yards against the Jets the other day. Jerry Jeudy's price tag is going up a little. Could go get one of those guys. But again, they should make a move, but they're not. Vrabel and J-Rob are going to be predictable. Downey's going to just run the same old song and dance. I mean, it's just like Terry Robisky. Going to run the same song and dance, expecting a different result. Run, instead of maybe pass, run, or pass, or run, pass, run. Something like that. Something different. So, I'm just saying. They should make a move, but they won't. You look at all these other teams around the league. Patrick Mahomes, he knows to get the ball in the hands of Travis Kelce, Juju Smith-Schuster, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. In Minnesota, Kirk Cousins knows how to get the ball in his hands of Justin Jefferson. Matt Stafford knows to go to Cooper Kupp. Garoppolo knows to get the ball to either George Kittle or Deebo Samuel. Are you kind of catching on with that? Buffalo, Josh Allen knows to get the ball to Stephon Diggs. How come we're not doing that? At least try to get the ball to Robert Woods. Try to get the ball to Austin Hooper. And again, a good offensive coordinator knows how to scheme players open. Knows how to set it up to where they're open. Downing doesn't know how to do that. And it is going to be the downfall. Spider Titan chiming in, and also congratulations to our friendly neighborhood Spider Titan for being awarded the Titans Fan of the Year for 2022. He will, of course, be going to the Super Bowl in 2023 in Phoenix to vie for NFL Fan of the Year. So shout out to Spider Titan. Congratulations to him. He says just got to work with what we have for now. Hopefully before the playoffs, they can get it figured out. Stay positive, rely on our defense, and let's ground out these wins like we do. The only way we're going to beat some of these other teams is we're going to have to make the game boring. Slow it down. Because we're not going to be able to go shot for shot with anybody. And that's just real. And yes, running the ball in the playoffs is going to be important. Absolutely. But at the same time, you gotta have some pass catchers. Isaiah Garrett said, when is Racing McMath coming back? I mean, he could designate to come back, they just haven't yet. And Landon says, yep, what happens if the identity is run, but what happens if they can't run the ball? Then they're screwed. Yeah. If a team stops Derrick Henry, what do you do? What do you do? And I know I'm not able to get to everybody's comments. I agree, and I apologize about that. Marjo said NWI came up with a game, Hooper came up with a game. Yeah, that's true. But none of those guys scare people, and it's not consistent. So I'm just saying, Lake Show Titan 84. J-Rob definitely going to sit on his hands come deadline. I expect that. I expect it. The Jets just made a trade. The Jets lost their star running back for the year. The very next day, they were on the phone with Jacksonville. They made a trade for James Robinson. The very next day, made the trade. Didn't waste no time. The Jets recognized, oh, dag, we don't have a running back now. Okay, let's go get one. That's what they did. Jets are getting smarter. Some people have figured it out. The Rams. Yeah, they paid a lot of money to Matt Stafford, but when they realized they needed a quarterback, they went and got one. Doesn't look like J-Rob's going to do that. So, and yeah, exactly. Steven saying November is the month to prepare for, and Robinson thinking it's no big deal. Him and Vrabel are thinking they're just fine the way they are. We're just fine, And I know Mark Jones, again, is trying to be overly positive. He's saying, well, we beat Kansas City 27-3 and we had no corners. Yeah, but we had weapons last year. We had Derrick Henry wasn't hurt yet. We had A.J. Brown. We had Julio Jones. We have none of those now. Just because we beat down Kansas City last year, we know right now there's no way we would beat them like that unless we slow it down. So, again, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I'm just telling y'all the truth. And y'all know how I am. I love the team. I'm confident in them, but we're going to be realistic. James said, I'm not scared of both the Broncos and the Packers, honestly. Find a way to handle Kansas City. We'll find out. We are definitely going to find out. We are definitely going to see. And right now, they won't keep Robert Woods on the field, but they'll definitely give Cody Hollister snaps. They'll definitely give Jeff Swain snaps. Croswell said the Titans are interested in Robert Quinn. I don't think they are that interested. I think our pass rush is fine. I mean, if it helps, so be it. I'm not going to be thoroughly against it. I mean, I guess they probably figure, what? I guess they're thinking, what? We might as well just, load up on the one side of the ball. That is our best side. Definition of insanity, doing the same thing, expecting a different outcome. And that is exactly what Todd Drowning is doing. And that is exactly what Vrabel is thinking, J-Rob is thinking, Mark Jones is thinking, that, hey, we've won. Might as well keep it going. Donzel86 says, offense is hot garbage. Besides Derrick Henry, you're daggone right. Ms. Bill says, bring back CD. No. They're not bringing back Corey Davis. That ship has sailed. If anything, I would have went after Elijah Moore. Next man up does work on the defensive side of the ball, not offense. True. Obviously, I had some fake dating site, some scammer on here, so I must be doing something right. But yeah, Julio probably wouldn't have even played. Probably didn't even play in that game. Actually, Julio did play in that game against the Chiefs, and I think he had a catch. He almost had a touchdown. Colts beat the Chiefs, but here's the difference. Yes, the Colts stink, but they still got Michael Pittman, who is a good receiver. They got Mo Alley Cox, who's a decent tight end. They got Jonathan Taylor, that's a decent running back. You know, we don't have a Michael Pittman on this team. And the Colts did beat the Chiefs. True. Hugo says, yeah, we own the Bills the past couple of years. Look what happened this year. You're right. And I love Bart Jones is like, he's just trying to prove every point that the Titans offense is just fine. Mark, come on, man. Come on, man. Don't be a dunce. Don't be a dunce. Landon is right. Stop with all of that. Stop all of that. It's the truth. The offense sucks. You take Derrick Henry off of this offense, what do we have? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. But that's just the truth. But again, I am happy we won. I am glad we won. And I hope we keep winning. I think next week we'll beat Houston. I'm not going to overlook them, no, and you shouldn't either. But it's going to get really tough after this Houston game. And if J-Rob doesn't improve this offense more and Todd Downing doesn't actually understand how to call a game, we could be in some real trouble. Some very real trouble. And that's just real. Again, the Titans did sign Chris Conley to the roster. I mean, he could be a solid receiver like a Nick Westbrook-Akina, but it's nothing to be like, oh my God, that's a great move. I'm excited. Ain't nothing to get excited about. Now in Indy, this was a shocking move. Colts benched Matt Ryan for Sam Ehlinger. The news comes out that the Colts have decided that they're going to go with Sam Ehlinger the rest of the season. Sam Ehlinger is going to take over. Matt Ryan is practically done. And so they're basically saying Sam Ehlinger's the guy. They didn't even give it to Nick Foles, who has experience. They are basically saying Sam Ehlinger is the starting quarterback, which tells me the Colts are punting on this season. They are punting this season away. They have given up. So I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how this happens with the Colts. But benching Matt Ryan for Sam Ehlinger, they have basically said it's over. They can't beat the Titans. They've lost 5 in a row to them. Jim Irsay is ticked about it and has basically made the call to say, you know what? Matt Ryan is not the quarterback anymore. And again, that tells me the Colts are punting this season away. Now, we will see if Sam Ehlinger could win them a couple of games or something like that, but they're going to be drafting a quarterback next year somewhere in the top 10. They're finna tank. They are finna try to tank, and it is obvious. It is obvious they are about to tank. It is obvious they're about to do that. So that was like laughing because I'm like, we have broken the Colts. We have broken them. Also, I'm trying to see. I think there was some other news I had. Oh yeah, the Titans have revealed new renderings for their new stadium, and I'm about to pull that up right now. These are some pictures. Let me take this down. These are some pictures from the video that was revealed. I tried to get the video itself, I just couldn't get it yet. But I'm like, I like it. Although there were some people that said on the outside it looks like a Starbucks. It kind of does, but I actually like it. I think this stadium looks really, really cool. I think this could be tremendous as far as hosting the Super Bowl. I like the look. I think it's nice for that East Bank. And if you haven't seen the video, I believe A to Z Sports put it out. It's also on the Titans website. So definitely check that out. I think this stadium is going to be incredible. And I can't wait to watch some games in it. New stadium looks like a 5-star hotel. Well, that's what they're trying to do. And they're also going to be putting a lot of buildings around it, maybe business buildings, some business buildings or some high rises. They're also probably going to try to have, they're going to make it an entertainment district as well. So they're probably going to have like some restaurants, maybe a couple of clubs or something like that around it. They're really going to try to liven it up. So, when I was looking at the video, Pig Wickle, I was thinking the same thing. Like, it did look like a old school PlayStation or a old school like VCR, or DVD player up on top. It did kind of look like that. So it was actually kind of different. And they're trying to say, he's saying maybe 5 to 6 years, but actually they plan on hoping to have it ready by the 2026 season. So of course they got to get the Metro Council has to approve it before groundbreaking can start. So I thought this is cool. I like it. It's slick. It'll definitely put us on the map. And these are just rough drafts. This is not the final look of everything because they still got to get an architect. They still have to choose an architect as well. But I believe Manica and Hastings helped with the design. They were the ones that helped design Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. And I believe they also helped with U.S. Bank in Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. But I got to admit, I like it. I like it. I really do. So, like for the PlayStation with Matt Hasselbeck. Yeah, it does. But I think, we don't know what the final version is going to look like, but we're definitely going to see. Ms. Mims talking about the naming rights. Now, there's a contract with Nissan, so they're going to probably get the first shot at the new stadium name, but it's going to be whoever is the highest bidder. Jameson says, the roof retractable? No, it will not be retractable. It's going to be translucent. Very much like Allegiant Stadium, very much like SoFi. It's going to be, it's not going to be retractable, but it's like see-through. It's going to be see-through. So that's basically what that's going to be. But again, the Titans get a 19-10 victory. Definitely very happy that they're 4-2. I'd rather be 4-2 than 3-3 right now. I will definitely say that. And, we did very well against Jonathan Taylor. We did very well against Michael Pittman. We definitely got the job done. And, we're definitely going to see what happens. We got to get, after this, we're going to get ready to turn the book to Houston and get ready for the Houston Texans. We cannot overlook this team because Houston's going to try to get a win. Weezy Bowski said, I need to at least get to the old stadium before it gets torn down. I agree. Now, this new stadium is going to get built. We're still going to be playing games at Nissan Stadium, and parking is going to be non-existent. They say, hey, man, we're 0-2. We're doing something right. Yeah, we're doing something right, but we need to do more right. That's something that we have to do. So I'm happy we're 4-2. Could have been 5-1 if we had beat the Giants, but the Giants looking pretty good. Thank the Giants for taking care of the Jags for us. And so this is a good win. We sweep the Colts 2 years in a row. We definitely have a stranglehold on the AFC South. I think if we beat Houston next week, I think it's pretty much academic. We will win this division and everything. So I definitely think that's going to happen. And then, hey, we're third in the AFC right now. Right, we're a half game behind the Chiefs. If we beat the Chiefs, we go up to 2. So anything can happen. The Tennessee Titans could get that number 1 seed. Now, again, Buffalo is a killing machine, and they are in the lead, and they're probably going to stay there. And shout out to 615 Podcast. Y'all make sure y'all check him out as well. So definitely check him out and check out his podcast and everything. And shout out to Titan Upload as well, Mr. Titan. Definitely check them out also. And Titans Rossi. Isaiah says, crazy they bench Matt Ryan. He also has 12 turnovers, 9 interceptions. So, everybody, I think I'm going to get ready to call it a night. I'm going to go eat me a little bit of cheesecake before I get some dinner. We're definitely going to be back tomorrow. Make sure y'all start getting your nominees for the Two-Tone Blue Star of the Week and the Dunce of the Day. And we're going to definitely talk about that. And we're going to get into the Houston Texans. Hopefully, I will have the video of the renderings and I can play it for you that A to Z Sports put out. So we're definitely going to talk about that. And we're going to focus and look at Houston and get ready to see how we can beat Davis Mills and Company. So we're definitely going to tune into that. But everybody, thank y'all for everybody's support. Make sure, again, if you haven't already, smash that like button and also subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get my way to 1,300. I am 98 away from that. Help me get to 1,300 if you haven't already done so. And again, spread the word. And we'll have this out, of course, on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, and Google as well. Again, the Titans victorious 19-10, 4-2. Feels pretty good right now. And we're definitely going to see about getting to 5-2. Let's see. Did you hear Bustin' with the Boys about OBJ? Taylor said he's heard he wants to come to Nashville. I'll believe it when I see it. But again, he's coming off of an injury. So I don't know if that would be a great idea. The men said we'd be 6-0 if we hadn't lost to the Giants and the Bills. We were not going to beat the Bills the way we played, but we should be 5-1. That much is a fact. We should be 5-1. I'll definitely take a listen to that and see, but I mean, OBJ, yeah, it would be nice, but I don't see it happening. But everybody, thank y'all for tuning into the show. I definitely do appreciate each and every one of you. Again, thank y'all for helping me hit 1,200. And let's make our way to 1,300. And again, y'all, let's tighten up because that's all we know how to do. And also make sure y'all stay tuned. I will be putting out the Truth League report tonight. So spread out to your other football friends as well. So we're going to talk about some of the best games from the week. Definitely some that I was impressed with. I definitely think there's some Big Apple balling going on because I am very impressed with both teams in New York. So we're definitely going to talk about that. So the Truth League report will definitely happen. Dio9 said we need receivers. I agree 100%. Definitely. So everybody, I will holler at y'all again. Tighten up, because that's all we know how to do. Good night, y'all.